On the show today, we're talking Outlaws in Pennsylvania and just how much these new sprint car tires might change things. We've also got an update on what's going on with the new promoters at Selinsgrove Speedway and more. Let's go. It's Friday, March 17th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily. The first meeting of the season between the World of Outlaws and the Pennsylvania Posse happens tonight with the opener at Williams Grove. This is like dual Outlaw show, dual season opener at Williams Grove. After tonight, the teams will move over to Lincoln on Saturday. Because last weekend at Port Royal ended up being lost to weather, these two shows will be the debut of the new sprint car rear tires from Hoosier. With 5 Outlaw races complete so far, David Gravel currently holds a 20-point lead over Logan Schuchart in the way too early Outlaw point standings. Carson Macedo, Buddy Kofoid, and James McFadden complete the top 5. It's going to be a chilly weekend at the track, so if you're going, make sure you're bundled up. There's also a possibility for some raindrops tonight, so be prepared for that as well. I think the tracks are going to be pretty fast tonight, though, so should be interesting this first weekend of the season. Besides the usual Outlaws versus Posse storylines, including if the Central PA guys can continue their recent run of success against the Outlaws, these tires will be something everyone is going to pay attention to. There have been quite a few rumors of double secret quiet tire tests. Sounds like people were curious what was going on with Casey Kane showing up at Golden Isles earlier this week. I have no idea if any of that is true, if the new tires were there, if they were involved, but it should add a little bit of something extra to the proceedings this weekend and the rivalry. As for how the tires will affect the racing, I don't think anybody really knows. It could turn out that the racing looks like what we've come to expect, and all this chatter is for nothing. Carson Macedo told Speed Sport this week that he thinks it will change everyone's packages quite a bit, so maybe we will see different racing. Besides the Outlaw and Posse regulars, I think we'll see a few other outsiders come through this weekend just to get some laps on these new Hoosiers. We know Kofoid is coming, we know Ryan Timms is coming, and there's a chance we could see some others as well. As for race winners tonight, I'd keep an eye on Lance DeWeese, Brent Marks, Carson Macedo, David Gravel. Macedo is bringing in the current longest active top 10 streak with the Outlaws at 11 straight races. That obviously stretches back into the 2022 season. I did a quick peek, too, at Macedo's last 25 Outlaw races, and over that span, only David Gravel has a slightly better average finish than does Macedo. I continue to think he's going to be a serious contender for the Outlaw title. At Lincoln, I'd keep all of these same guys in the mix. Add in Danny Dietrich and Anthony Macri, probably Sheldon Hodenshield. Drop me a comment. Let me know who you've got this weekend, who you think is going to win these races. If you can't make it out to either place, Dirt Vision has live coverage of both nights. While we continue to wait for the re-premiere for the Kyle Larson docuseries on Flow Racing called Dirt, they are giving us a new Jonathan Davenport show. We talked about that here maybe a week or 10 days ago. And they dropped the trailer, and according to Flow, it will the actual full show will drop at some point today. So if that's something you're interested in, keep an eye. And unlike Dirt, I believe this is just a single show, a single documentary. It's not going to be a series. If you missed the trailer, looks like we'll get to visit Davenport's Dirty Dollar Ranch and dive into his $2 million late model season from last year. So keep an eye on Flow for that today. We won't get the Dirt series until sometime in April, according to Flow's Michael Rigsby. It's been a tough start to the year for the Short Track Super Series. Just one race night complete so far. The races in South Carolina in February were lost, as were all but one of the Florida swing shows at Alltech. And the opening round for the South region a week ago at Hagerstown was also washed out. This weekend, they're headed to Selinsgrove Speedway in Pennsylvania to try again. I've had quite a few messages and questions about what's going on at Selinsgrove right now, but as far as I know, things are all systems go. This is always the problem when tracks change hands, when you have new owners, new promoters. I don't understand why everyone can't just play nice and pass off everything, the full deal. The reason I've gotten questions is because of social media channels that look different, websites that don't work anymore. The Selinsgrove Twitter and Facebook accounts that everyone had been following are now showing as, quote, archive pages, and SelinsgroveSpeedway.com is now completely broken. Why can't we just hand over passwords and account access when these things change? As someone who has worked professionally in web development and social media, this is all actually really possible. It can be done. The old operators don't need this stuff anymore. We don't need a Selinsgrove archive Facebook page. Just hand it over to the new folks. Give them a leg up and hand it all over. I don't understand. Stephanie Baker and the new group running the track do have a Facebook page going, which you can find at facebook.com/Selinsgrove Speedway. I don't see that there's a Twitter account. I don't see that there's a website yet, but hopefully that stuff is coming in the future. They're racing tomorrow. They've got practice tonight. Work has been ongoing at the racetrack. If you look at that Facebook page, they've been cleaning things up. They've got new signage, so a lot of work has been done there. As for the Short Track Super Series, tomorrow's race will kick off their 2023 points season. A year ago, it was all Matt Shepard as he ticked off all 3 series championships on his long list of 2022 accolades. This will be just the second ever race for the series at Selinsgrove. Andy Becchetti won the first back in 2021. In just the handful of big block races we've had this year, we've seen David Schilling, Max McLaughlin, and Matt Williamson pick up victories between Alltech and Volusia. Tomorrow's show will feature all the big guns. You'll get Shepard, Ryan Godown, Mike Mahaney, Billy Pouch Jr., and on and on. It's an early show Saturday. Grandstands open at Selinsgrove at 11 a.m. Hot laps are at 1:15. Racing is at 2 p.m. If you can't get out to Selinsgrove, the Short Track Super Series streams live on Flow Racing. If you need a Flow subscription for this year and you want to also support what I'm doing, click the link below in the video description to sign up, or the Flow Racing links at dirttracker.com. That gets you a ton of racing and helps me out in the process. Before I shut it down for the week, a quick shout out to Chuck and Best Engines in Texas. If you look at the sticker board, they are right there. Appreciate his support of the show. Chuck builds Circle Track Power. His pieces have already been to Victory Lane multiple times this season in Texas and Oklahoma. You can find them online at bestenginestexas.com and at bestenginestexas on social media. Looks like right now, as we put the show together, we have 9 streaming shows on the schedule for today. More to come on Saturday. As we've been talking about all week, though, weather is a factor in a lot of places, so keep an eye on things if you're headed out to the track, if you want to watch something on streaming. If you want to see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. Thanks, everybody who continues to tune in every day and every week. We're going to do something like 100,000 views just this week. And obviously, that's really awesome, and it helps out when people decide to fight at the racetrack because it gives us crazy stuff to talk about. And thanks also to the new folks that have subscribed in the recent days, recent weeks, got us up over 15,000, and now we're well on our way to 16,000. So hope you guys have a good weekend out there. We'll be right back here on Monday for more Dirt Tracker Daily.